Good morning, everyone. I'm Jen Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canmore, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to Fun Friday. Today, we're going to do a fun fold. Once again, this week we've kind of been focusing on the fun folds with that good old Witty-cisms Stamp set. Lots of kind of witty sayings and fun sayings. And today we're going to focus on the little cactus stamp. Yesterday was the taco. I had so much fun with that. You guys are so creative and helped me out so much with that card that I wanted to kind of do a draw based on who shared the post, who shared the video. So I have it all set up here. Let me, so you can see. I've put in the requirements and everything else, so I'm going to press the button and let's see who wins this cute taco card. Dun, 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 dun. Sonia! Congratulations! Thank you for sharing my post. I appreciate that. Now let me take this off of the screens and screens and more screens. Sonia, I'm gonna send you out this cute little taco card. Isn't it? Oh my goodness, it's just so cute. Love it. And there's the envelope, of course, you know, I decorate it all. So there you go. I'm gonna send Sonia that card out in the mail today. I'm excited to do that. For a while there, I was sending Sonia cards. She was winning a lot of things, and she hasn't won in a long time. So I'm thrilled to get to send her a card here. So like I said, it is Fun Friday today, and of course we're going to feature that little taco, or the little, sorry, I'm stuck on the taco, the little cactus stamp today. It's kind of in the bottom left-hand corner. And the reason why it's kind of a feature, I guess, is that I'm doing this whole stamp set as a feature of the week, which means that every day this week I have done cards based on this stamp set, Witty-cisms. And it's been a lot of fun. I love how you can mask off certain bits. I love how you can just use portions of the stamps. Don't have to use it all, which is amazing. So if you purchase this stamp set plus 4 Stampin' Blends, because I think that's, you kind of want a good coloring tool for this stamp set, I believe. It just, you know, brightens things up and makes it cheery. But I will say this stamp set is easy to color, so it's not, you know, some of them can get a little intense. So if you purchase the stamp set in 4 Stampin' Blend colors of your choices, I'm going to send you a package of rhinestones for free in the mail. Or if you place a $50 order this week, so this lasts till Sunday, I'm going to send you a package of rhinestones. So exciting times. So I don't want you to miss out on that deal of the week for sure. For buying with me. Let's see, what else? Oh, I'm talking away to myself on the other screen. Okay. Shall I talk about chopped right off the hop? Maybe just one more time. Today is the first day of Chopped Stamp Edition. So it's like that cooking show where all the contestants get a basket of certain ingredients, and they have to use those bits and pieces in their recipe or in their creation that they're making. So of course we're making it kind of cards, paper crafting stamp edition, and so what that means is Lisa or I, so this is just for US and Canada right now, maybe one day we will open it up if it's a hit. And so what happens, we're going to send you a package of things, ingredients, if you will, in the mail, and you will get to create something that is kind of paper crafting related, I suppose. So either cards or scrapbook pages or bookmark or a sampler. What else am I missing? I don't know, home decor piece, whatever. However you can get imaginative. The requirement though, however, is that you must use current Stampin' Up! Products. So anything from the annual catalog, anything from the mini catalog. Celebration, however, is retired now. So we will, you know, we want to showcase all the new stuff. No sense digging out the old stuff. Let's play with the new stuff, and then it gives us more and more ideas as to, you know, how we can use our the stamps that we all have. So yes, registration starts today and goes till the 3rd. The cost for this is $10 if you live in Canada, and tiara and doghouse, gazebo. I don't know what's happening. And it's $7 in the US. So I tried to keep it, you know, inexpensive so that many people could participate. If you live in the US, contact Lisa. If you live in Canada and you want to participate, which I've had people, you know, sending me money, sounds like Lisa, same thing. Then I forget where I was going with that thought. Anyways, sign up. It'll be fun. We'll post all your card pictures. People will vote, and the winner will get the next month's package for free, as well as get to choose the cardstock colors. So that should be lots of fun. You can make anything from the supplies in your kit. Yes. Is this code talk? Yeah. If it is, I don't know what it is. Lisa, we're clueless. Doghouse, gazebo. Oh. I don't know what she's talking about. Oh well. Let me flip my screen over to the downward view so you can have a look. Are you giving hints? No kidding. We're all wondering, Lisa, what's with that? You want to come on here and chit chat? So today's Friday. Friday is a happy day for many people. Like I said, we're going to use that little cactus stamp, and I wanted a fold that was kind of sharp looking. Pointy. Yeah. No, you can make anything. Oh, a doghouse, a gazebo, a tiara. Okay. Okay. As long as it has those little things in it. Yes. All right, let's get rolling here. So, my first card today, I don't know, all the cards that I kind of saw using this Lookin' Sharp stamp were very masculine. So we're going to start off with kind of a more masculine feel. Doesn't have to be go towards a masculine person. Doesn't make sense, does it? Anyways, it could be for either sex, absolutely, but just kind of more tilted. You could give this to a male in your life or anybody. Okay, so all of these measurements are going to be on my blog later today in case you kind of forget. So if you don't write this down, it's all good. And no drinking yet, just feeling nutty. Oh, good. So first off, we're starting off with our normal card base size, which is great. Sticking with the usual so far. So this is an 8.5 by 5.5. And of course it's scored at 4 1/4 to kind of make it fold over like a book, if you will. And then you're going to need a piece of designer series paper, and it's measuring 4 by 5 inches. Okay, so now we're just going to do some scoring to make this kind of exciting. It's an arrow fold card. So So I don't know if, has anybody done this? Give me lots of hearts, thumbs up if you have done an arrow fold card before. I have not. So bear with me. I love the house plant and pot behind you. I don't do house plants, but I do love that one, Jen. I don't know which one you're looking at. Is it in the pink pot, or the moss one, or the big one with the under the picture wall? Okay, I'm going to try not to get unfocused here. All right, the DSP, this 4x5 piece, needs to get some scoring or cutting, marking and cutting done. So I'm actually going to flip it on the wrong side, so then when I, use my pencil to mark it up, it's not going to be that big of an issue. I'm just checking out my measurements here. So you're going to, whatever, this is an easy pattern, so, but sometimes you want to know, you want your pattern to go in the right direction, right? This particular pattern doesn't really matter. But just know which way you want to be, which direction you want it to be facing, I suppose. And then we're going to put a little mark at the bottom of that direction. Okay, 2.5. I'm putting a little tick here. Okay, that's all I need for there. And then while we're marking things up, I'm going to get my card base in here. And let's slide this along. We're going to go 2 3/4, which is right at just a wee little tick at the bottom. Then we're going to turn this to its side, and we are going to measure 2 1/8. Okay, so just put a little tick there, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Flipping, and let's measure 2 1/8. Basically, it's marking the middle of both of these areas, right? So 2 1/8 is a half of 4 1/4, and then what was this one? 2 3/4 is half of the 5 1/2. Okay. All right. So now, since we've got this kind of going here with the trimmer out, let's do some scoring here. So first off, we're going to go do a score line from the corner of where it's folded to that center mark right here. So corner to the center, we're going to score, not cut. We've all done it. We've all done this. I know. And then while we're still on this side, we're going to go from this mark to the little tick that we made along the side. We're going to score that as well. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. All right. So there again, we're going from the center to that fold line here. Line everything up well here. Centered, yep. Score, and then the center to that little side tick that we made there. That's good, like so. Okay, so you should have 4 score marks on your the front of your paper. You probably can't see very well, but it's white on white. Okay, while we have our trimmer out, let's cut this piece. So remember, we scored it in the half mark here. So just place the trimmer trough, I don't know what you want to call it, that mark in there and to the edge of the paper, and let's cut this. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So from the corner to that halfway mark. There we go. Make sure your blade is sharp, otherwise you may tear your paper. If that's what's happening, what you can do is start start cutting your image in the center and go both directions, as opposed to trying to push through and then it sometimes pulls. Another thing you can do if you're finding your blade isn't trimming the best yet, this is a tangent here, but get a piece of cardstock and just kind of run it along that trough there and get all that goo out of there, because paper fibers get in there and it just slows down dulls your trimmer, I suppose, trimmer blades. So just clean that out every once in a while, and give your little blade a wipe. Be careful. Please don't cut yourself and sue me. All right, I think we're good with the trimmer for a while. I just want to place this in the same, oh man, it's going to be puzzle piece. Yep, there we go. And then this one. I'll just place that over here in the direction that it kind of was. Now we're going to need a bone folder, I think, because it just makes your creases nice. It makes everything fold and sit nicely. So here we go. Let's fold this piece over to the center and give it a good squish. Okay, let's fold this over the other side, same thing. I gotta think here. Yep, and then we go, this one's gonna go out. Okay, so that other little fold is going to go in the outward direction. So lay it flat and then fold it out. Okay, so far your card should look like this. Now my poor end looks so scruffy. I may have to do a little trimming just to get rid of some of that fluff. All right, so there we have it. I don't know what happened here. Anyways, I can always fix that later on. So there we go. We have our fold done. Doesn't this look pointy and... So now let's just kind of glue this all down so that it sits nicely. I think I'm going to use liquid glue. You could use tear and tape. Just be mindful that I guess this can all sit down, can't it? So it's okay where the glue goes on this layer. But you have to pay attention. Don't put glue over here because it's going to be hanging out. You could even give yourself a little tick mark with your pencil, just so you don't go past that point. Just add some liquid glue there. Just give it a little squish for a minute. Take a little drink. And let's do the same thing to the other side. So this arrow will be covered up, so we can just glue the whole thing. However, this one, let me just hold it for a second, wants to be loved. All right, now this one, let's just make our little tick there so that we know, don't go past there with the glue. And what does Jen do? Get the glue to ooze out. Get on my fingers. All right. I'll wait for that. I have to wait for that to dry, and then I'll use my eraser to get that off there. Okay, let's just hold this for a second. I'll put my lid on my glue and hang it upside down in my little bucket. Okay. There we have it so far. Now we're going to take this paper. Remember how we have it cut? So this paper is going to go in the center of this pointy part. This paper, by the way, comes from Country Club. That golf set. Glue dots would be good too, absolutely. You could use tear and tape. Yep. You know it. I'm going to use my good old snail for this because this doesn't require any tight gluing. It's not likely to fall off because it's not getting moved around or anything is what I'm kind of trying to say. Just as a reminder, if you haven't heard. Oh, that's totally crooked. Anyways, snail tape is retiring. They're coming out with some new adhesive solutions which sound really good. So if you have the snail tape not the refills, you know what I mean, the actual canister, you may want to get some extra snail tapes refills to have on hand. Okay, so now this layer is going to go pinking in here. It's just going to butt up against this layer. So this again, I think can use the just snail tape. It's fine. Put that back. Just make sure it covers. Like so. Okay, and then this one's going to do the exact same thing. So you're on your card, you kind of have this little triangle area to do your writing, what have you. Okay, there we go. Isn't it cute? Pointy, angular. All right, so now I'm going to decorate up the front. And what I was thinking for this one was just on the front, I'm going to use the Lookin' Sharp words. That's all I'm going to do for the front. And then when you open it up, I'm going to have the Lookin' Sharp with the little cactus. That was my plan for this card anyways. So there we go. So once again, all week I've been kind of masking different images because this set works so well for that. You can, use whatever sayings you want, whatever images you want without having to use the entire stamp. And that goes for every stamp, right? Okay, so I don't want the cactus. I just want the words. Oh, this tape is getting worse and worse by the minute. It's not even sticky. It's a certain craft store brand of washi. I learned my lesson, let's just say. And so I'm trying to use it up on useless things like this. This was a good one. This was an old Stampin' Up one, I believe. Another blue one. Terrible. Okay, so I've masked off my cactus. And I just have my words. I'm going to use Memento Black. It's got, some black portions of this for sure. So you stamp the entire thing just like you normally would. Don't forget to take off the tape. Been there, done that. Now I see I got a little bit up at the top. I don't think it's going to matter because basically I'm just kind of using, it won't even stamp on this little piece. Okay, looking sharp. Lovely. Now let me get my, I'm trying to think, was the mini trimmer in the new catalog? I just had that thought. I don't know. I don't remember. Put it where Indy will find it. Right? She'd love it. Good idea. Chew to your heart's content, little one. However, she may eat it. That's my problem. And then Hello, vet. My dog ate some washi tape. Yeah. Looking sharp. Why, yes, we can help you with that. It's $1,600, please. And sharp. I think I want to outline this with a different color somehow. I think that would make it pop a little more. What about our stitched rectangle framelits, dies? That might continue on with the angular, tough kind of look. Ooh, it almost looks like a belt. This one, we could go in with Night of Navy. Yeah, let's do a hidden Night of Navy. Oh, my art room is a disaster. Messy, messy, messy. So last night I started taking an online class from Alberta Health. They put on these neat classes, which so many new embossing folders going away, you know. I think it's probably because of the new die cut embossing machine, maybe. I mean, the old ones will still work, but maybe just to make sure they're the exact correct thickness, a little more control. Because a lot of those I think were probably a Sizzix brand or whoever their company is. I'm doing the Lisa Harden ends, so I'm just snipping it like that. And so this way they have, which it'll end up being a good thing. This way Stampin' Up's going to have total control over what images are going to have dies, where before I think they didn't have that capability. So let's just glue this with our snail. So in the long run, it is going to be a good thing for sure. But it has been a pain for this last catalog for sure. Just use my little dimensionals. Let's pop this up. Looking sharp. Okay, so now when we flip open this card, I want to have my little cactus there so we can stamp the entire image, and then we'll get our Stampin' Blends and color this up. Oh, a little crooked. That's okay. Not crooked. Off to the side a little. All right, there's our looking sharp. Now we don't have a garden green Stampin' Blend, but we do have Old Olive, which I'm going to use. I'm going to throw in some navy and maybe some like rum cake a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the dark Old Olive. And where Stampin' Up! Has already given us kind of little shadowings, I suppose, I'm going to go over top of those with the dark version of the Old Olive. And then I'm going to go in with the light. And just color right over top of everything. And I think what I want to do to make this a little more, I don't know, exciting, I'm going to go back with the light version and just color every other strip. If that makes sense. Just go over it again. Maybe it'll give it a little more definition between the lines. And there again, if you leave a little bit of white space, it just gives it a little highlight, right? So there we go. Along the bottom, I think I'm just going to go in with the crumb cake. Let's add some dots. I don't know if you've seen a cactus in real life, but they aren't, they usually look like they're in rough shape. They have bits and pieces sticking out, like bit out of them, and they, I don't know, they're not this perfect little entity that you might think, that's for sure. So I'm just coloring it in some of that ground there, and then actually I'm going to take my light Pool Party. I use this one a lot, so it dries out quickly before June 2nd, I suppose. If you have the same problem, get a few light versions of the Pool Party, because as of June 3rd, the Stampin' Blends in the new catalog are going to be sold in just combo packs. That's just based on, you know, what was selling kind of prior to this year kind of thing. So I know I use a lot of this light Pool Party for outlining around things to make it give the illusion of sky. Okay, now I'm just gonna do my favorite here. I'm gonna flick some. Are you using thick Whisper White? Does it bleed? Oh. Yes, Amy Todd, I should have probably considered that, shouldn't I? It does bleed through. This is thick. So it does bleed through. Okay, I just had this working. I know this is running low. The Night of Navy. There we go. I love my little splatters. Just looks fun. Okay, so here we go. Here's our little looking sharp. Looking sharp. Looking sharp. And I think you still have a lot of room to kind of do your writing in this area. I don't know. Now to fix this, I mean, just put a layer of Whisper White over top the back. Or, I mean, you could get fun and use that garden green cardstock and put it over top. That would look kind of neat. Add a little cactus in the back and put your name on there. But there we go. And I see us sprinkled all in there. That's good. So there's that. And I will show you my little envelope to match. So here's just an extra piece of that. That's just going along the side. And then for the flap, I actually stamped in the green, the garden green, and went in with the old olive markers. Did the same thing with the Pool Party, kind of went around the outside. And I used the dark crumb cake for that, and then of course the splatter. Just a little different look. Using the black versus the garden green. I like the black. It really makes it pop. But for an envelope, it's an envelope, right? It's a surprise for what's inside, right? All right, so that is the first idea, my card idea for this fun arrow fold. And like I said, all the cards that I see are often kind of masculine related to this stamp set. So I kind of wanted to make kind of a soft feminine version. So we'll see how this goes. So I decided to use Rococo Rose as our card base. For the DSP layer, it is from Pressed Petals. Remember this? So that's the DSP. I thought, oh, this writing's so pretty. And then I'm going to use Very Vanilla. I think now, see, I'm gonna add the very vanilla layer just to make sure it doesn't seep through. I also cut a little piece of this. I don't know, maybe I'll use it as a strip or something. Love this wood grain. So I thought maybe we'll add this little cactus on the front and use that wood grain as kind of a frame for the point. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what we think. We're gonna make this pretty. And so here's the envelope. Here's my kind of inspiration, I suppose. I did stamp in Rococo Rose. I did want the kind of background to kind of be light and little girly-ish, pink, pink and whatnot. So let's start off with all our scoring, and then we can put that trimmer away. Okay, so first off, your card base, once again, this is the regular card base measurements, 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half. We're going to do some little marks on our piece here. So we're going to go halfway in between, which is 2 3/4. So just make a little tick at the opening portion, meaning the bottom of where you open. And then along the sides, I'm measuring 2 1/8. Just a little tick on that side. I suppose I could just do a tick, since it's lined up already. Let's go like this. Do a tick on that side. Look at me go. All right, let's put that aside. We're gonna do one more scoring. Now here's an example of, I want the cardstock to be in this direction, right? The envelope background looks like a desert sunrise. Yay! Nice. So this one, the DSP is measuring 5 by 4, and so at the bottom of your, you want your bottom of your V, the direction of the writing, to be in the right direction. Anyways, whatever. This one is supposed to be measured at 2 1/2. So measure along the bottom, put a little tick there. All right, so now let's do some cutting here. So for this designer series paper piece, we're gonna put that tick in the trough and the corner in the trough and do a little slice. I'm gonna cut this one. Snip. And let's do the same thing. The pencil mark to the corner. Okay, making sure you're, see, my trimmer blade's a little funny, getting funny, so this one will be easy to line up since the writing is the same direction, but let's just put that aside for now. Now let's go in and do scoring with our card base. Our first score line is going to happen from the fold line to that little pencil mark that we did. Score line, or like the, yeah, folded line to the, there, we're scoring. Don't cut it. All right, and while we're on this side, we did that other little pencil mark there. Let's line that up with the trough as well as the middle here. I think that looks good. Let's go to the other side. Once again, we're going to that folded line to the center, that little pencil tick we made. Score. And that little pencil mark to the center. So our last little score line. Okay. Now we're ready to roll. So you should have 4 scoring lines. I'm going to flip it over and let's do some folding. So the first fold line, let's fold them all in, get your bone folder and give it a good rub. You need a bone folder. If you don't have one, Stampin' Up! have them. I just grabbed this ratty old one that I used to put my ink in my ink pads. Okay, so once this is folded over, we're going to fold this line back. Give that a good squish. And do the same thing with the other side. So just let it lay how you folded it, and then fold this back. Good squish. Okay, now we can glue this up. We want it to stay as is. So before I use liquid glue, yeah, let's just keep using the liquid glue. Start cutting in the middle of the DSP and it won't ruin the edge of the cut. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I kind of said before. If your blade is getting dull, start in the center of your paper when you're gluing or you're scoring, when you're cutting. So yes, I started a class last night. Happiness Basics, it's called. It's a 7-week class. It's 2-hour sessions, and it actually made me angry, but that's okay. I hope I know I'll get into it later on. But one of the neat things they sent out for us was they're doing, where did I put it? Meaningful May, and they have a calendar full of ideas to do every day to help yourself kind of be happy. And one of the things that kind of hit home for me was they talked about positive emotions and negative emotions. And so there again, remember, we're just going to make a little tick so we know where our glue should not be seeping out from. And how negative emotions, of course, leave you feeling heavy, you know, and they tend to last a long time. Whereas happy emotions, positive emotions, tend to make you feel light and happy and excited, but they're fleeting, right? They're quick. So they found that you need 3 happy emotions to quench out a negative emotion. And so that's why they're encouraging everybody to do some of these extra things in your day to kind of negate, I guess, some of those negative things that come your way during your day. And so today's was take a minute to remember what really matters to you and why. So I'm going to have to think about what really matters to me. And think about that. There's our fold. There's our little point. All right, so next off, let's add our little triangle here. I'm going to go back to my snail. What's meaningful to me? Snail tape. Snail tape versus liquid. Although we're going to have to start calling it something else soon, because it'll be a little bit different. No more snail. All right, so putting that down. I like the pink. I like the pink. Now this one, remember I said let's go with that layer of white behind. You know, you don't really even need, wouldn't need those layers, essentially. I guess it's up to you. Here's my hair coming out. Just another idea, right? We'll think about that. I suppose those side layers of DSP kind of keep your writing into the center so it's not sticking out of your front of your card, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? So if you start writing away, blah, 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 and then you close this, you're going to see all the writing on the sides, which, I mean, is not a big deal, but it might take away from the fun effect, right? So I'm going to put those back. So the exercises we're supposed to practice for this week There's 3 of them. Let's see if I can remember. The first is mindfulness. I'm not a mindfulness fan, just due to religious reasons. That's not my thing, but I can do other things that kind of make me stop and think about what's happening right now. So they kind of talked about senses, right? So your 5 senses. Stop and think about, what do you smell right now? What do you hear? What does your mouth feel like? What's the rest? What do I see? And just, you know, it focuses your mind on something else other than all your problems, right? Okay, there we go. And then there was moving. So, you know, this is the part that made me angry. That they had a little video of a doctor come on and say, you know, like, antidepressants work as well as exercise, and exercise can basically cure depression. Going for a walk can cure depression. And I kind of like, I walk every day. Unfortunately, there are some of us that, you know, go through 17 different medications to find the right one. If I could have just walked and found that, you know, my depression went away, I would have done it. So it just kind of belittled, I guess, the severity of depression. Anyways, so that kind of made me angry. But exercise, I will say, does help. It's not the cure, is what I want to say. Do you think we should go in? Here's a question. Should we do the Rococo Rose again? Or should I do, say, a darker color, darker brown color? What do you think? We can, it is very vanilla, isn't it? I should have done a very vanilla card, for crying out loud. Oh well. Let's see what they both look like. Here's a Rococo Rose. And let's do soft suede. Yeah. Not that it's not a quality component, but I agree with you. But everybody was, oh yeah, that's, I'm kind of like trying to keep my face in check on Zoom. For a while I turned off my video. Let's just put it that way. I don't know. I think there's already so much pink, and we're going to be adding more pink, that I think if we have the brown, it'll maybe outline things a little better. Let's try that. Okay, and the last color I used was the brown. However, on this one I'm going to just use the cactus on the front. I wonder if I can get away with just a sticky note. Fabulous. Okay, ink it up. Take your sticky note off. I did that today. I forgot earlier to take the sticky note off. Now I know my stamp is very much to the right hand side, so I have to consider that when I'm stamping. Maybe I'll stamp a little lower. There we go. Okay. Now we don't have a, maybe we do have a Rococo Rose Stampin' Blend. I do not have it, but I'm going to go in with my daubers. I love my daubers. They just make everything so soft and pretty, and I don't know. So before I even go in with the ink, I'm going to just check. See, I got a lot of ink on there already. So I'm just going to go over top. And if it goes outside of the cactus lines, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Then I wanted some terracotta tile. This might already, yeah, and I wanted to kind of go around the cactus in certain spots, I suppose, with the terracotta tile. And then purple posy. Let's use that. Add in a little purple layer. And if you don't have purple posy, go and get Highland Heather. It'll work too. Just make sure it's a little bit lighter, I suppose. So you've rubbed off quite a bit. I really like these colors together. Very pretty. Here's our sunrise. Pretty. And of course you could have done any color combo on this, right? Next, I just wanted to, there again, emphasize some of those strokes on the cactus. So I'm going to take the Rococo Rose ink and my Stampin Blend, my blender pen, pardon me, and just kind of color in every other line. Almost makes it look like straight pajamas. Cactus wearing pajamas. All right. Is that all right? I think so. Yes, some doctors are anti-medication. Yep. If they were to suffer with it, just saying, some may change their mind. I'm going to go in with my light crumb cake. Let's just make a base for that little cactus to sit on, just so it's not floating in the air. Maybe this one too. There. And you know, I kind of want to flick. Let's go in with dark. Cute. Kind of loosens it up a little. I diagnosed and exercise a huge part of it, and my trauma counselor said it is big, and explained why it works with the brain. It's very interesting what it is. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely, it's a tool. I just don't think, even if they had said, for some people, they experience, you know, the same results with depression as antidepressants. You know what I'm saying? For some people, this is a tool for them, absolutely. But don't go, I just think announcing it as a cure for everybody, a little What about yes, it does affect the dopamine, it does affect all the the chemicals in the brain light up. It absolutely does. I don't negate that. But how about what about lace? It's kind of textural and scratchy and I don't know. Let's do it. I kind of want to do that zigzag thing that people do. Oh, there goes another one. Another one bites the dust. I'm just using up all my I have so many snail tapes because when I had classes in Manitoba, I provided the adhesive, and so I had a big collection. And now I guess I'll just have to probably sell them. Sell the cases, although I don't know who's going to want them if they don't have all the refills with them. Anyways, whatever. It is what it is. Oh, cute. Cute. Adds that little feminine touch. Let's put some dimensionals behind this. Pop this little guy up. Time are we at? Not 45 minutes. There. And then let's just place this layer. I wonder if I should pop this one up too. Yeah, let's do it. The braided burlap trim might have looked fun on this too. It's a nice, you know, calm kind of crumb cake feel. What's happening here? Interesting. That might have looked fun and scratchy too. Now I think since this cactus is a little off-centered, I think it's asking for a little rhinestone. Oh dear. I hear me barking in the hallway. We'll get very grumpy here. Brown. Wish I had a pink, but I wonder what flirty flamingo would look like. Oh, this isn't flirty flamingo. This is pink pirouette from back in the day. The light flirty flamingo. Let's see what it looks like. Let's go with a bigger one. That's not really showing much, so let's try the dark. You like this card? I know, right, Karma? Who knew you could make a feminine cactus? Yeah, I like that. That fits. That works well. It's almost like the star or something. Oh, this batch I don't think is very sticky. These rhinestones, maybe they're older and I'm just finally getting to them. I'm not sure. But I may have to go back and put, yep. I'm going to put a little dot of glue and then put it on. And that way I know it's going to stick nicely and not go anywhere. Cute. Oh. Sit. Sit. Stay. I'm going to call you Indy. Not listening. Isn't that adorable? Okay, so now we're going to go to the inside. I like the soft suede. I think I'm going to stick. Oh, my Lanta. You know what I just noticed? I found my die. You know how long I've been looking for this thing? Good times, good times. And I remember that it's more so this way, so I gotta go more to that direction. And I think I should. There. Looking sharp. This would also go with like looking sharp, happy birthday. And I think I'm just gonna go in with those same daubers. Let's go the Rococo Rose here. Maybe that's all it needs right now. Maybe if I went some purple posy down here, which I can't see right now because it needs more ink. Let's go terracotta too. won't interfere with our writing if it goes over top of that. Cool. Cute. I think we shall make those little lines like we did on the outside little cactus there. I could have just put looking sharp too, I suppose, and no cactus. You could probably put that on any card, right? Looking sharp. That'd be a nice card to receive. I'm just saying. There again, if you don't have Stampin' Blends, this is an option for coloring. Just get out your blender pen and dip it in the ink tray here, the little ink bits. Okay, and I'm just going to color a little bit, get a little less stripey. And I want some flicks. Don't know what the technical name is for that. Splatter, I suppose. Now this is the light version. We'll keep this one kind of nice and whew. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Looking sharp. I like it. And I was even thinking, you know how yesterday with the taco card, a lot of people just use this as their card base right in here. But really, what would stop you from either putting a piece of Whisper White or whatever on the back so you could continue writing, or you could do your writing on the back, or you could do the, you know, actually glue on a card base right here. Glue on an actual other piece to make a card that opens up here so you can write in. I don't know if you wanted to keep this a little more tidy and or just focus on whatever this picture is in here. An idea. I like this. I like it. So here, that's all I have for today. However, in my brain, I thought, you know, I kind of want to make one with a whole bunch of cactuses on it. Cacti, pardon me. So what I did was, I stamped the cactus onto some Post-it notes and then cut them out, kind of fussy cutted. And I started down here at the bottom, so I stamped once with the cactus. Of course, every time I masked off the saying, and then I started to build from there. So remember that meerkat card we made with the well, I think I showed it. I don't know if I did it, but it had all the meerkats and all on one page. I gave that card away. But yeah, so if you put a little mask over top of it, then you can restamp, and it doesn't go over top of the cactus that you had before. So then if you want to go over here, I find you need two little bits to make this work well. And then you know, stamp there, and then you just keep going up and up and up and up, masking off what you already kind of done, and then it builds all these fun little layers. So I'm going to color this up. I don't know, should we have a rainbow cactus? I don't know. I'll make this card, see how it goes, and I will post a picture of it on my blog. I think it'll be a fun little weird addition, if you will. All right, so there is the arrow fold and the last of the Witty-cisms. This was a lot of fun to work with this week. Lots of fun. My favorite was definitely the taco and the strawberry. I like those fun folds, and the cards, I like them the best. But I learned a lot of fun folds this week. I got to try lots, which is always exciting. Just a reminder that we have a couple more days left if you want to get in on the deal of the week kind of idea. So you purchase this stamp set and 4 Stampin' Blends, any colors you want right now, right? Because right now you can order them individually. You don't have to order them as combo packs. So order that up now. I will send you some rhinestones, which of course, as you've seen throughout the week, you can color them with your Stampin' Blends, which is great. If you don't, this is not your thing, if you place an order for $50, I will also send you some free rhinestones, a package of rhinestones. So hopefully that will entice somebody to place an order. Also exciting today is that Chopped, starting today. If you want to play along, I would love it, because I know you guys are awesomely creative, and I want to showcase that. I think that's exciting. So if you want more information, you can always text me, you can email me, you can message me, whatever. Get in touch with me, but the registration for this only is until Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that is it. And then we send out the kits, and then you get to have fun creating. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. I look forward to seeing your projects that you've been working on throughout the week on Sunday for Sharing Sunday, and I will be here Monday at 10 a.m. with a new feature of the week. I have to decide what I'm going to do. If you have any ideas or anything pressing that you really, really want that's kind of a little current, or maybe leaving, or I have an idea, but I'm not sure. We'll see. All right? Everybody have a good weekend. Remember, think positive. Try and get some extra positive things in your life, so that when those silly, rough times hit, you're already positived up. Your bucket is full, if you will. All right. Have a good day.